very good morning. Welcome to Sunrise Daily today. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
It's 26 degrees Celsius here in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. You can tell us what it is, where you are. Good morning and welcome to the program. I'm Maupe Ugu Yusuf.
Well, yes, indeed, quite a number of issues to focus on this morning. But Nigeria once again divided over how votes should be counted. Well, the Senate says real-time electronic transmission of results is not practicable, citing weak broadband coverage and unreliable power supply. The lawmakers insist that decision is driven by hard data, not emotion. But many Nigerians here Well, as you may know, quite a lot happening out there, especially to the build-up of the elections. But let me just start generally by asking, I know that there will be a session today in the Senate, but how do Senate or senators or lawmakers, perhaps I mean, you've been there for a while now, when certain decisions are taken, how do you get to feel the pulse of the people such that when you eventually take your decisions, you know that this is what the people actually want?
Well, thank you, Chamberlain. You know, the decision taken by the Senate is a general decision. Whether you are in support of that decision, you are out of that decision. We are 109 senators. So if 51% of the Senate say yes, the other 49% public, you will be. It's just Senate decision. So it's only Senate decision that we're legislators. So how the public feels are individual concerns, like
Individual senators.
Yes. They will say, no, this is not what I said, this is what it's supposed to be. That is what I see it to be.
But I know they say, we always consult with our constituents, this is what they want, but realistically, it's about self-preservation.
No,
Every
it's not
lawmaker wants to return.
No, it's not true.
They don't want to return.
It's not true.
Is there anyone that doesn't want to return?
No, not return. The issue is not returning. The issue is your conscience.
Oh.
Yes, the issue is about conscience, one's conscience. It's not about returning. So when you categorize people like we must speak the truth. The Senate press will tell you that some senators say the truth.
That's interesting because we've interviewed several party chairmen over the years, and they tell you, look, once any politician wins an election, what is on their mind, they won't tell you, it's the next election.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Our concern are the quality of laws we make for Nigerian people, not for individual laws we make for ourselves. And there's no individual law.
So when there's protest about some of the laws that have been made, does the, for instance, Senate, since you're a senator, does the Senate...
No, it's one house. Whether it's Senate or House of Rep, we're one house.
Fine. Do you think lawmakers use that as a yardstick to say, wait a minute, it appears as though our decision didn't go down well with the people?
Definitely some of them works. Some of them works. And you know, so many people want to criticize Nigeria, so many people want to talk about Nigeria. I'm surprised about the in Nigeria. It's not true. You want to be want to say about the country you love so much. It's not right because you cannot demarcate this country. You are carrying the passport.
You've heard the feedback from Nigerians about the Electoral Act amendment.
Electoral Act amendment is on track. We had emergency sitting last week, and we're having emergency sitting. We're supposed to be resuming on 24th. We are possibly doing the budget hearing. And today we have shut down on the budget hearing to tell you, I was in the office, the electoral committee. I'm a member of the harmonizing committee, joint committee. The electoral act, I was in the office from 11 a.m., quarter to 11, I came to 8 p.m. when they said, oh, we should go back to the Senate President's area to harmonize our decision. I said, no, I have to go and eat and sleep. I've been sitting in National Assembly from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. I said, I'm not going anywhere again. That is good.
So that process has started? The harmonization?
Yes, it started. Yes, it started.
Okay.
You will soon hear from us. It started.
Oh.
Some of the
I'm running for a meeting. You are the one keeping me here.
Yes, we're going to keep you. We're going to keep you on as distinguished senator.
Be in a meeting with my colleagues that better.
But they'll understand.
They'll understand.
Duty calls.
As the chairman, I made an appointment for 1 month with you, and I have to keep to that.
Indeed. So we're going to keep you here for the minimum. We have to think on this is a very interesting time, in our country, and a lot of people are very concerned. Chairman has asked you quite a number of questions as to whether you feel the pulse, whether the National Assembly, the Senate, which you're a part of, how you feel the pulse of the people with regards to certain laws that you make. I'm not quite certain that I got your response on that.
My response is that we feel the pulse of the people.
You do?
For no other person. I employ 15,000 people in my companies in Nigeria. And I feel the pulse. I have feedbacks, even not from my children, my daughters, I have different thinking about life with me and the Gen Z. So I feel the pulse. I discuss with my wife. I discuss with people around me. I discuss with my workers. I discuss with my aides.
Yeah, but the question is, some people will say...
We feel the pulse. The answer is yes.
That might not be exactly...
No, I don't know how you want me to answer it. What I'm trying to tell you, answering Chamberlain's, if we don't feel the pulse, the Senate President will not reconvene the Senate last week. We reconvened the Senate last week.
On this particular matter? On this
particular matter. And no two items.
Yeah, so
and we are reconvening the Senate this morning.
What exactly was the Senate thinking before it reached the initial decision and then decided to? Because some people would have said that the Senate should have felt the pulse before going down the route
the Senate didn't do anything.
And then now reconvening.
It was just a matter of language. The Senate say retain the law. The other people say, no, retain the bill. The law says transfer. And the bill says transmission. They just semantics and not anything necessary at all.
You think it's just semantics?
No, yes, of course. But transfer and transmission is the same. Transfer and transmission are the same. It was just that Senator Mongolu, being a very highly ranking senator in the National Assembly, and also the President Chief Whip, the office I used to occupy, if he stands up to make a comment, he has a lot of followership. So they follow. We have already agreed to retain what was there before. But now we have changed it to what is supposed to be.
I think the bone of contention has been whether or not it will be a real time or not.
Yeah. What do you mean by real time? We never discuss about voting. We talk about transmission. The voting is always manual. And the transmission is on time. As you are doing it, as you are finishing the job, it's transmitting. The IF will transfer immediately.
No, but it's not the collision, the difference. Because first is that why
Chamberlain, you are not in this. You are not in the Senate chamber. I'm in the Senate chamber.
Well, we speak English. We speak English. You said the matter of semantics.
You don't know what I've told you. The only difference was Senator Mongolu who caused us that headache. I didn't cause that headache in bad faith. He said He's a very senior lawyer. He said, remove transmission and put transfer. And the senators say, oh, yeah, bye.
Okay.
And you cannot blame the Senate president, because what he governs on is what he has. That is the truth. Sometimes the place becomes so rowdy. This is the truth.
But there's a difference. So we don't have to be there, because when we're watching you live, it's like we're there.
No,
so,
I know your agents are there.
Everything happening.
To you. What's the name of the lady there now?
Yeah, Garage. But you know,
in the Senate.
Yes, Garage is okay.
Yeah, she's there. But, so she tells you every bit and pieces.
But you know, part of why this is very, and you know this is quite controversial, because at the time when you said there was no network
No, I said this 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And some hoodlums went to social media where people are wearing masks. It's only in Nigeria that people are deceitful, people deceive people, and people will go and talk rubbish in the social media. They say I said I cannot vote for this. It's not true. Because 95% of the senators, on my own as a Christian, support electronic transmission.
No, but at that time...
No, even at that time.
At that time, you said, the impression that came through was, you said, there is no network in my...
This was 6 years ago.
Yes, and so at that time,
it's
just a background.
It's improved, yes. At that time, I said there was no network, even where I live in the village. After that, I think the managing director of MTN and my friend, the Globacom chairman, Mike Adenuga, they brought each, what do you call it? Mask. In front of my house. So the thing is working.
So there's no excuse anymore.
There's no more excuse. 6 years ago.
Because we actually checked it, so why don't you to see? So they both 2G, 3G, 4G, there's coverage.
No, there's coverage now.
Okay.
And nobody's arguing that.
So that's the check from your area. So the coverage is quite strong.
It's strong
2G,
now.
3G, 4G.
No. I'm telling you, I cannot. 6 years ago, I said it wasn't strong. But today, even the Senate President Akpabio and Abaribe, we're on the same page. Ask Abaribe, you can bring him here, ask him, we're on the same page. Transmission should be done.
That is not what the Senate voted for.
What Senate voted for? Not the Senate.
The proviso where you say, where there is no network.
Do you have the copy? Are you a senator?
Is that not what the Senator Mongono was reading when everybody was watching?
No, this is what I'm saying. That what Senator Mongono said was his private opinion. The senator voted for electronic transmission to IRF. That's what senator voted for.
But there's a proviso where that fails from EC8A is what is relied on. So that's not correct.
No, I can't say that to you. But whether you like it or not, from EC8A,
yeah,
is still where you enter the result.
Primarily, yes.
Primarily, and move it. That is it.
Yeah, but okay, let me ask you. Are you telling us now that the Senate did not pass the Section 60 sub 5 with the proviso saying where there isn't any network from EC8A?
No, I cannot tell you that now. I'm a member of conference committee. Otti, we are meeting this morning. I'm meeting to the plenary later this morning. So I cannot tell you that, Chamberlain, because if I tell you that, it will be subject to my colleagues' opinion.
No, we're not asking you to tell us what that committee is working on.
No. I can't even tell you what they're working on because I've been appointed.
That's not what we're asking.
I've been trusted by the Senate President.
We understand that.
Put me in that conference committee, and the secrecy of the committee will be maintained until you see the result. Less than 4 hours, you will hear our decision. Okay, so what was... All I know, we respected Nigerian people's opinion. We respected Nigerian people's opinion is assembling in front of the National Assembly. The Senate President immediately summoned some senators and said, we are reconvening the next day. And we sat and we solved the problem.
Okay, let me take you up on the issue of accountability, because the issue for a number of people, and I think that perhaps this might not have really been an issue, but for the disappointment that a lot of Nigerians witnessed in the 2023 elections. By that, I mean in terms of the conduct of INEC. I'm looking at what the last Electoral Act, 2022 Electoral Act, prescribed. The 2022 amendment, 2022 Electoral Act prescribed that the presiding officer shall transfer the results, including the total number of accredited voters and the results of the ballot, in a manner as prescribed by the Commission. That was what was in the 2022 Electoral. And INEC went out, made a meal out of the fact that they were going to be transmitting via the BVAS. And a lot of Nigerians had hope that it was going to be transmitted immediately to the IREV. People will be able to log into the IREV portal wherever
now
they were.
Transmit by IREV.
Just a moment, sir.
Okay.
And then that didn't happen on election day. A lot of people were very disappointed. As a result of that, people did feel that the results of the elections were manipulated. And in some instances, it was shown to have been manipulated after the elections were conducted. And in some places, what was on the Form EC8A was not what we saw on the IREV. So there were major questions, and people thought that the fact that INEC just got away with the fact that dismissively saying that, oh, there was a glitch, and that was that. Nobody explained the nature of the glitch. Nobody explained what really transpired on elections day, and they got away with it. People believe that the National Assembly ought to have held INEC to account. What do you say in this instance? That's largely what has informed this clamor that now the laws be amended and INEC be made to transmit. This should no longer be left to the discretion of INEC, but that it should be a law that INEC must transmit this electronically. What do you make of the level of accountability that was placed upon INEC in the face of the glitches experienced in the 2022 elections?
This is what the Senate have just done, to say they should be held accountable. We have done this law that electronic transfer, enter EC8A, transfer immediately, where all parties have signed. So it's even good. You remember in some places they did the election, but I'm not a member of INEC, I'm a lawmaker.
Indeed.
And an entrepreneur. So, and I was not there to see what INEC did. I was in my village in Ibere, just one village, voting. So what the INEC did is not what it's only what people like you as a journalist, the CSOs, what the protest came. Like I was in the car when they were protesting, I passed. I put down my glasses and waved to them and passed.
No,
so we support.
Distinguished Senator, come on, you live in this country. You participated in elections, and I'm sure that. Just a moment, sir.
I participated in the election.
Yes,
that I was in one booth.
Oh, of course.
Mind you, there's no movement.
I'm sure that, exactly, and I'm sure that your people would have been very interested in the results, because
let me tell you,
while you were in one booth,
let me tell
it is, of course, it is one whole constituent. What am I even saying? A whole senatorial district.
My village. I'll tell you,
yes.
My village is very, very learned about voting.
Indeed.
This party might win, this party will lose, this party will win, this party. And in my village, of where I come from, no rigging. Nobody attempted. What we do is to vote, count, and we transmit.
Distinguished, while I commend the people in your village, what I was trying to say is that in your senatorial district,
it's also compliance.
Yes, you would have been very interested in being able to see just what INEC was saying on that election day, that, oh, from all of the constituencies, from all of the polling units, you can just log into one portal and you'll be able to see directly, what the results were saying. When that didn't happen on elections day, are you saying that you were, first, you were not aware, and then secondly, when you eventually became aware,
no, then I have
no
communication to log in, but today I have communication to log in. 6 years ago, I have no communication to log in.
Was that 2022?
Whenever it is, I have no communication to log in.
No communication to log in your village. So for the longest,
if I look at just
there's been no network
no, there
in your
are some
village.
parts of my village
Yes.
that they have network. There are some parts of my village that don't have network.
I'm very curious. You know, Abia State is really very small. It's in the southeast of Nigeria.
No, don't say that. But when you come from
what I mean in terms of land area, land, you cannot compare the size of
God.
just a moment. You cannot compare the whole of Abia State now, for instance, with a Niger State.
But what no, you can't compare. What I'm also saying is that in my village, some part of it where I live, there was no communication.
In some parts of the village, not the entire village.
No. Some part of it.
Yes.
Possibly around 50-55% then have, but now around 75-80% is covered.
So you were not, at that time, because of that problem, you were not interested in what I
No, by then I was using Inmarsat. I had the telephone that I use, wireless.
So that's what I'm saying. Are you saying that then you were not interested in logging in and seeing what the results were?
There was no, what do you call it? Because nobody is complaining to me. Because when they want to do, they move somewhere. Just a few meters, they go and make calls. Yeah? Me living in the house, I don't know, there's no, what do you call it?
So you were not interested in the results of the elections coming in from the rest of you?
I was interested in the results, but I don't work in NTN or Globacom.
So,
that's the truth.
But
now is their business. They saw a new university coming up there. They put their mask on 2020. They put quickly because they have to make money.
Part of the burden of contention now is people are not happy with the proviso that was passed in that section 65.
You cannot say which proviso have been put in or not. There's a conference committee. Chamberlain, you don't even listen. If you listen, you will understand. I am saying conference committee going set by the Senate President and Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
This conference committee can pass and well, they are meeting now. You are keeping me here.
I understand that. 12 members from House of Reps and Senate, fine. They are meeting, yes, your members, and both of them are going to meet. But what I'm asking is, they are meeting to confer and harmonize what has been passed.
No. They are meeting to harmonize and make the document acceptable by all.
Which documents?
Any documents you have.
No, it is what has been passed by.
Yes, whatever has been passed.
Exactly. So that is what I'm referring to. So I understand the distinction.
Yes.
So what I'm asking is that proviso that the Senate added to that section 65, where they say where the electronic transition fails, from EC8A shall
let me ask you a question. Let me go the other way around.
Yeah, but before you go the other way around, I'm asking why, because several times we've seen.
Let me go the other way around.
No, before you go that way around. If
they don't put a proviso, will you be happy?
No, so that if...
please.
It's not about whether I'm happy or not.
You are the leader.
No, it's not about whether I'm happy or not. It's why...
No. Let me ask you a question. If we leave it vague, somebody will say, because there was no provision for what will we do if there's no network working?
Okay.
What do we do if there's no network working?
Okay, let's go to...
tell me so I can run and put it there.
I will tell you.
Give me what you want us to do. I'll run and put it there now.
Okay, let you listen to this. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu,
he
spoke to some of our colleagues in BBC at the time about this same challenge of transmission of results. So I'd like to have you listen to this.
I would like to listen to Arise than BBC.
No, let's listen to this
I would like to listen to channels than BBC.
Have a listen.
Give me what you told to channels.
In central Nigeria, we did the pilot in August 2020 at Nasarawa State in central Nigeria when we conducted a by-election in state constituency. And since then, we piloted the transmission of results in 105 constituencies nationwide, including major governorship elections. We did it in Anambra, we did it in Ekiti and Oshun, we also did it in the Federal Capital Territory. Now, some of them may be small elections in the Nigerian context, but the state with the least number of registered voters in places where we transmitted election results is Ekiti. But Ekiti has more registered voters than Gambia and Cape Verde put together. So we are happy with the pilot that we have conducted. and we're reasonably confident in the strength of the processes.
I mean, even in rural areas.
The machine on election day doesn't rely on the internet to accredit voters. It works offline. Now, when it comes to transmission of results, that's where you need network. But if there's no network in the immediate vicinity, the scanned image of the polling unit level results, which is taken using the beavers, will be transmitted as soon as the staff move from the polling units to the collation centers.
You don't need the proviso.
No, you need the proviso.
No, what he just said is this.
What of if it's not working at all?
That's what he just addressed. If there is no network at that particular spot, it's not that these electoral officials will sleep and live there. They will move to where they came from, where there's always network in the central area.
Moving to where
it's what they've done before.
Somebody can hijack the results. You must wait. Because if you have entered from EC8A and there is no network, you hold your from EC8A.
So they cannot hijack from EC8A?
No, because you have scanned it and you move.
Exactly. So once you have scanned it, no matter what they hijack, there's a backup for whatever you hijack. It's already sent to this back end. So you can't hijack the back end. So once that is there, once you get to where there's network, automatically sends it. So you don't need the proviso, because that proviso, you're leaving a loophole for people to manipulate the result. Because what they say now is this.
Later today, the spokesman of the Senate will address that to you. Because I'm only one senator. I might buy your opinion. 108 will not buy your opinion. That is the truth.
Yeah, but as long as you make your opinion count on the floor, Nigerians can see that. That's just to let the people feel the pulse. So let it
the opinion counted in the floor, because in the floor I needed the electronic transmission. No, we are not the senators.
Is this really a generational thing, though? Because I'm a little curious. The House of Reps has passed a very straightforward version, which people have no problems with. I'm reading their version here. The presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to IREV portal in real time, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer. And just a moment, and counters signed by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit. End of story. No proviso, no extras, nothing.
As long as you feel,
no proviso, no extras, nothing.
As long as you feel EC8A from what is real-time, if we do electronic, I know what is real-time online, if I don't know any other thing. Real-time online means Chamberlain votes, Dr. John Momo votes, Mokbe votes, Channel Television votes, and it goes straight to the portal. Real-time online. That is real-time online. Once somebody, the polling agents, are filling EC8A, and the party agents are signing from EC8A, it's no longer real-time online. You see, Nigerians are using all kinds of bogus English they want to hear. People come in the floor of the house, speak very big grammar. Most, you are not experienced to know what is good and bad. We are managers of men and resources, and we know what is good and bad.
Okay, so may I just ask, what then is stopping us from doing e-voting?
No, because we have not, INEC have not proposed that, and we cannot decide that. We don't have the time now. Possibly after this election, the next election will be the stage 2, will be e-voting. Mind you, in United States, after doing the e-voting, they say, oh, we have a problem here. What did they resort to? Manual counting. You cannot leave manual count. Even this year, AI is going to disappoint you in near future, because AI is not reliable. Forget about what anybody is telling you. You will go back to the basics, because God have created all these things for people to do basic things. If you are driving artificial car or electronic car, you jam the word. You cannot go back. You must come and pull it back. So you need human beings. So I want us to be realistic, very, very realistic. People are saying real-time online. What the House of Reps passed, with due respect to them, you cannot say a paper I have received from you, filled from EC8A, in a form, and you expect this form to be real-time online. No, IRF is going to take it. It's no longer what I will call real-time online. If I vote, you vote, Mokbe votes, your workers vote, as it's going, it's real-time online. And you cannot stop those ones.
We'll talk a little more about that when we return from this break in just a moment. Stay on with us. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We are with Senator Otti Kalu, Chairman, Senate Committee on Southeast Development Commission, former Governor of the State. And, well, this is going to be today. So it means there's unfinished business about this amendment. Should we be optimistic that at the end of the day, this back and forth of that proposal will be addressed, and this time perhaps just taken off?
No, Nigerians should be very, very optimistic, because let me tell you, the Senate is a very, very difficult place to manage. Sometimes I I sympathize with the presiding officer there, because everybody feels that it's equal to you. So they have a say.
But they are, aren't they?
No, they are. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So it's a house of equal people. Sometimes I sympathize with this presiding officer, because what he goes through, you cannot imagine. When somebody will say, some people will shout, some people will do this. I mean, this, although we have rules, and he will call back to the rules. I'm hoping that will be
because
optimistic today.
Many can't stand Nigeria lawmakers harping on that as a reason for us not to.
No. Basically, I'm saying don't think about real-time online. There's nothing like that.
No, there are two different.
But electronic transfer, yes, all of us, 95% of us agree on that.
So that's the issue now.
Including the Senate president, he agrees on that when we discussed in closed session.
But it came across as though it was a different thing that they agree on.
No. I told you, transmission, electronic transmission and transfer. It was Senator Ogboni that brought that. We already agreed on what to do, which is what we are doing now.
You agree without the proviso?
Which proviso? You have continued to talk about proviso.
No, but that's what the Senate passed.
No, let me tell you.
Is that not what the Senate passed?
If there is a problem somewhere, what do you want us to do? Professor Yakubu, with due respect to him, is just saying they move from here to another place. What are you going to move with? That the EC, so everybody tell you, this is what it is. The proviso means the form EC8A. The Senate, in their wisdom, mind you that it's a house of elderlies. The Senate, in their wisdom, saying instead of a court to say, oh, you could have declared the result there, you just say you move from there to another place. If we leave it the way it is, you are going to go to court, and the court of competent jurisdiction will tell you could have announced the whole result there.
Maybe the intendment of the law is different from what was passed, because from what he said, if you snap
you cannot move. Let's assume you are a returning officer sitting here, and they want you to take this result from here to National Assembly so you can get, what do you call it? Network. Will we really be waiting for that?
No.
What are you going to wait for?
So here's the thing.
From EC8A, you are going to wait for. You are going to go to get network.
No.
So if we don't protect the EC8A, it means the election is finished.
No.
If we don't protect the EC8A, it means the election is finished.
But from EC8A, if everything has been entered into that form EC8A, all the polling agents, they all have they snap it. They all have a copy.
Yes.
So that's the level of protection.
That's the alternative of protecting it.
No.
You need to protect that form.
So, but what the thing about that is that once that has been entered in, they all have their records. So snapping it and uploading it electronically, it's not
It's the same thing. We are just protecting the EC8A. Because if it's not protected, Chamberlain, people will go to court, and the court will say, you are not ought to move from here. They have snapped. They still appreciate. They go see to the.
But what we heard was
once you should listen to me. Yeah, but unless you want to do my job, lawmaker.
But you know that your communication in the Senate complete feedback from the people to be sure if they understand what you. If they get a different impression, then
you will
know
see a copy by this afternoon. Yes, you see a
people will finish that job. So what is the Senate going to be deciding on after they finish?
The senators will vote.
On the harmonized...
Yes. This is where you are missing it. Even if we as a committee have finished the job, we cannot take it to Mokwe to sign. We are going to go back to the full house. Well, there were only 12 members from the House of Reps, 12 members from the Senate. And 12 members will harmonize it, we'll go back to our different houses. So, chambers of the House in the plenary and say, this is passed. Then the Senate President or the Clerk of National Assembly together will send it to the President for assent.
Well, in the middle of all of this, we're hoping that will come out today. We're hoping that the clarification...
I'm sure it will come out.
Because right now, I'm sure you're also, following the controversy about the new timetable of INEC that has come out and the uproar that has followed it with regards to how it's clashing with, or how it's going to be clashing with the religious festivities or religious ceremonies that we normally will have about that time. I don't know what your thoughts are, because some people are saying that, look,
if it clashes, INEC will shift. We have no problems with that. There is a duty of INEC. I would not want for the Muslims or Christians together to have problems. If they have a religious festivity, it's the duty of INEC. It's no longer our duty in the National Assembly. So they have the powers and to say, we will do this. But I don't see voting is only one day. And if we are campaigning, people used to fast and campaign.
So what do you then say to those who think that Nigeria is a secular state and those kind of sentiments should not affect this kind of thing?
That is purely to INEC. I can't say anything about that, but I don't want to dive into religion. What is killing this country is religion and tribe.
Are the lawmakers not going to weigh in on that when it comes to the floor?
If you come to the floor, I will know it's in the floor of the Senate. But now in the television, I don't want to be involved.
What will be the difference?
The difference
because you will speak about it either here on the Senate. No, so either way you will speak about it.
The difference that you will be hearing my opinion from the Senate.
Well, I think you've already given your opinion. You already said that voting is one day and that people fast
it's a one-day business.
When they're campaigning.
No, people fast when they're campaigning. I know many people, President Tinubu in the last election was fasting at the campaigning. So people fast when they are campaigning.
So you don't think that is an issue?
It should not be an issue if they are fasting and election. We'll do the election in February. Late fasting, Muslim fasting, Christian fasting have been going on, and we are doing it. It's only one day.
Well, they also believe, and these are not just my words. Yeah, yesterday a statement was released by the executive director of YAG Africa, and they were, very concerned about the fact that, there's yet to be certainty on this. The INEC timetable is out. Our budget for 2026 is not yet firmed up. Even though work is still going on. And it does appear that there is so much uncertainty in the air. It's really, Nigerians are really unsure about what exactly is, how all of this is going to be.
There is no uncertainty. We are doing the budget, which will pass by next week, if all things being equal, if the MDAs and the ministries are ready to do all these things. So, you call us back.
That is you being very optimistic that it will be passed by next week.
I think so, yes, of course. I think so. By March, not March, first week of March. But that doesn't. The law gives the president powers to do some expenditure even before the budget is passed. So, if they want anything, they can run to the president. They will sign an executive order and tell them to go ahead and do it. Since already we have seen the framework of the budget. The framework is with National Assembly. They've been prepared by INEC. The president laid it in National Assembly, and they have explained some of them. Some of them appear before the Committee of electoral matters, and we have seen the budget.
Well, you have no qualms about, all of the many things that are currently going on in the National Assembly. You don't have any misgivings. Yeah. Well,
like what is going on in the National Assembly? We are there making you a law for you, Bokwe.
The question is whether you're seeking the people's input. But
no, we are seeking. Like, I'm back in my constituency, back and forward to ask them what we do. We communicate, we say, we want electronic transmission. And that's what we're doing.
Okay. Why did they then say that you haven't done any major projects in the States, and so they don't want you to return?
Did you want me to talk about politics?
You're a politician now.
Talking about
I'm a politician.
Let me tell you. The Senate, you are a journalist and you have representative there. The Senate, Senate Corps, press corps, is that what you call them? They've given me consistently for 4 years best legislator and constituency projects. So those people are hypocrites. When you go and pay 100 women and tell them to demonstrate, they don't know what they're demonstrating about. I have done roads, I can count to you. I've done road to Ndiorieke. I've done road to Amangu. I've done road to Awoke, Oduma. I've done road to Isugu Hafia. I've done as a senator, I'm not telling you as a governor. These are roads done as a senator. Let me be honest with you. The two presidents, may he so rest in peace, President Buhari and President Tinubu, have been very kind to our constituency. So our constituency is one of the most favored constituency by these two presidents. I can tell you. And Tinubu is very, very, very fair to us because we didn't vote for him. That's the truth. Because of religious problem, Muslim ticket, and all the rest of them, the Christian leaders ganged up and said, we will not vote. And even me, I was embarrassed. I look like a betrayer. I look like a sabotage that I have a higher vote. I can play, if you have told me, I'll play you a clip of some Catholic bishops, Methodist bishops, Anglican bishops, where they were saying, vote for Kalu, but don't vote for the rest. I can play you the clip. In fact, last week, one church leader in his church came out openly and said, this is the reason why Tinubu lost the election, not because of me. I worked very hard. I worked as I can, but I didn't know there was undercurrent. Then I was very busy as Chief Whip of Senate. I was here. By the time I went back, the damage had been done. But this time, I'm going to be there to do the job.
But did you actually say that Governor Alex Otti was merely repainting and repairing roads done during your tenure?
Yes, I said so.
Is that not being hypocritical?
No, I'm being honest.
Well, yesterday they were saying commissioning roads on the 70th birthday.
No, I don't want to. Listen, I don't play politics. Otti is my friend. He was my banker. He knows me very well. I know him very well. We should tell ourselves the truth. I don't want to talk about those issues here. We will talk when there is campaign. There is no campaign now. There is no electoral campaign. I say he was repainting the roads I built. You could also play the clips where Otti says that nobody abuses Kalu before the mother. Where Otti says that he's using the template of Kalu to work. So he might have problems.
So he's working?
For me, he's working. There's no doubt. I can't lie to the public. At least if everybody had come, there was road before you reconstruct it, you are working. But not to the amount that is on the stake. I don't want to talk about that. I will talk about that in the next few months. I'll give you details. I'll come back here.
Is it true that yourself and the Deputy Speaker are putting pressure on him to come to the APC?
I don't know about that. I never discussed about coming to APC with him. That is the truth.
Yeah, but how do you think it's going to work?
I always believe if he wants to be his party, be your party and vote for your party. I'm a member of APC. I'll work for APC. He should work for Labour Party. We should not lose friendship. This is what I continue telling people. I have not been in Abia since then. If I go to Abia, I will see me in Otis and we'll eat and drink and iron at our always talking about the state. Because I am the oldest governor there. that left office. I mean, when I mean not in terms of age, I mean in terms of who was governor. I left governorship 25 years ago. I was elected governor in 1999. So you can see that my duty is to bring stability to the state. My duty is to bring peace to the state. But one day is the only day we'll quarrel. On the election day, everybody will answer his mother's name and father's name. We'll answer our names based on party differences. Otti is my friend. I don't want us to heat up the state. I want to give him opportunity to work. I want to give him opportunity to do whatever he can do good to our state people.
Can the state people assume that you will not oppose his return as governor?
No, I will oppose it because my party will be feeding the candidate. That's it. It's about interests of their party. It's not in our party. And anybody telling you that any member of Labour Party will vote for President is a fallacy, naked fallacy. Because these are either they're from obedience or they're from this, they will never vote for APC, not just President Tinubu. So it is good for us early this morning to cut our way and know where we stand. Nobody who is strong can be saying, I will help the president to win. No governor can, I was a governor, no governor can give a president 25%. It's rhetorics. It's not a fact. It's only your party people will work for your success. So any president sitting in his house saying, oh, I've been promised they will give me 25%. But APC, where we are today, we make 65–70% of the state. I'm telling you the truth. I'm a politician.
In Abia State?
Yes, of course. Let me tell you, those boys shouting around Labour Party, they don't have voting cards. I was governor of that state. I laid the foundation of whatever. I laid the map of the work anybody, the other three governors could have been doing. I laid the solid foundation for them to take off. So, but what I am saying, let nobody be deceived. For example, if I'm in Abia State now, those boys running around carrying gun here, and they will tell you, oh, because I support Tinubu, I'm a betrayer. But if a Yoruba man support P2B, he's not a betrayer, he's a good man. But if I support Tinubu, I'm a betrayer. Betrayer of what? I have joined a political party, for God's sake, where I want to be. Nobody can dictate to me who to vote for. I cannot dictate to Otti. They said there was electricity 24 hours. I have 3 factories in Aba. There's no electricity. I'm running generators. Professor Naji, for the first time I can speak about that project, I brought geometrics to Aba. I met Professor Naji in Washington, D.C. with a man called Professor Kalu Diog. He's alive. I can give you phone. You put him on a jolly ride. He will explain to you how I brought geometric. Offer me 10% to own as a person. I said no. It's about our state. I will give you everything you want in Abia. I procured the land. I did everything. I cleared the place, and I wrote on my handover note, any governor sitting here must support this project because this project is what area market. This project is what a core market needs to drive the manufacturing arm. I'm a businessman. I trade in this market, and I know what the people want. And this is when Professor Naji came to my house in Washington, D.C., slightly before I was sworn in as governor. We discussed. The chairman of World Igbo Congress then was Professor Kalu Diok. He brought him to my house. His wife is alive. Professor Naji's wife is alive. They came together, and we discussed this project. He laid it down, and they said, I can even buy private equity. I said, no. By then, I wasn't governor. I was governor-elect. I said, no, I don't want to get involved. I will provide you everything. I will do everything for you. You can. In fact, the Lebanese and the Filipinos working in our companies encouraged me, the shipping company, encouraged me to buy stake. I said, no, because I will be the governor of the state, and I don't want to get involved.
So let me get this straight. Are you saying that geometric is not supplying electricity in Aba?
There's no light in Aba now, but part of Aba they have. But there's no, what people are jubilating is not true. I'm honest, but you can.
You say part of Aba, so part of Aba.
Yeah,
has
there is no. I have a radio station in Aba. They use solar. That will be a Sun FM is in Aba. Sun FM is in Ibere. So they use solar. They don't. You can ask your Tunji, your man is there. Or you compare the government house. What is them? The correspondent there, is it Tunji or somebody? I see him. Ask him, he will tell you.
So it's in parts
most of the things people are saying this and that happen. Can we really be talking about light in Abia? There's no light in Abia. In my village, there's no light.
Is it Abia or Aba?
Or your village?
Umuahia, there's no light. We own the largest hotel in Umuahia. There's no light.
But
there are generators.
But does that mean that geometric is not working as people say it is? Because they say in most of the local government area that there is power supply.
No. It's not working the way it's projected. Because you couldn't have come into power in less than 1 year. You say you built the geometric. It's not possible. That's the truth. I don't want to talk about Otti here. There will be a day, as the election goes, when I sit down, and we'll talk about Abia. I'm here. I thought you invited me here to explain to you the electoral laws.
Yes, this is part of it.
And you are diverting to ask me about Abia.
You told us that by this afternoon we will get clarity on it.
Which I didn't want to talk about. I have stopped talking about Abia and Abia because I'm almost father of everybody.
And so you can't stop talking about it because you represent the people.
Personal. So I don't talk about them.
But wait, Senator, when did the APC get up to 65% in Abia? In Abia State, because was it a recent development or for the last elections?
Let me tell you. No, when Buhari ran in 2019, in my senatorial, he had 68%. You see, the issue was when President Tinubu announced Muslim ticket. It was also to cost me my own election. But the church leaders said, no, this man have done in 4 years being in the Senate. Nobody have ever tried it. Because there is no local government we have not built 3 kilometer roads. In all the wards of the local government, we have roads there. We rebuilt schools. The schools that are rebuilding in the area, red roof. You can tell your camera to go. I will be there with them for 2-3 weeks. If you like, I'll take them round and point. So we are not. I don't do politics because I'm an entrepreneur. See, the issue of being a politician is different. I'm not a politician. But in politics, yes,
you're not a politician.
They don't shake hands and say it's finished. In boardroom, where we sit in boardroom, once we shake hands, it's over. They don't do that.
You're a businessman in politics?
Or a politician in business?
I'm a businessman who found my way doing politics with politicians.
All right. The Senate will be meeting today. You said that at least we should expect that harmonization report this afternoon. They will decide.
All things being equal.
Okay.
If there are no disagreements,
you can disagree to agree.
No, so the issue is not me. It's not the Senate president. It's not the deputy Senate president. It's not the chief majority leader. The issue is order of our colleagues who feel they have equal rights. You see, you people see what they report. If you know the amount of pressure they give to one another, you shout. Sometimes I lose my voice.
You say who feel? You keep saying who feel, who believe, but they do. That's the question. That's the thing. Don't they all have equal rights?
They have equal rights. That's what I'm telling you.
Or some are more equal than others.
You, maybe the Senate president is oppressors. It's not true. There are so many people who tell him, no, we cannot agree on this. That is the truth.
Well, you said they should be optimistic. Nigerians should be optimistic. And besides, if we were to rely on what I think they call it Senate Directorate of Public Communication or Media, where they say we're just about 45% broadband penetration. But Kenya had their elections as well, so they have 43% internet penetration. And then, of course, they have mandatory electronic transmission of presidential results from polling stations.
Mind you, our problem is not just having distance. Our problem is the level of vandalization that is going on in our country. You put any post, if these your mentors are outside, they will steal it. The problem of our people damaging public utilities is high, very, very high, very high.
Well, that may be the case, but we didn't see the Senate invite INEC, which is a key stakeholder in that, before Senate
Would you see them invite them on what?
To come and, I mean, with that, before Senate came up with that report where they say, this is the internet penetration we have. So
no, we have started with INEC, we have started with National Communication.
This current INEC or then?
This INEC, we start with them making these laws, We start with them. We go on retreats with them, we go on all kinds of things with them. Don't say you didn't say.
Did they say they cannot?
It's not true. We sat with them. I cannot, if you are a reporter, did not report to you what was said in the floor.
No, because the report they conducted...
I cannot be a reporter.
No, but the report they conducted in 2022 did indicate that they were ready and capable for electronic transmission of results.
Let them bring the budget proposal and say the electronic transmission of results. That's why all of us believe in that. Nobody have said that. I told you 95% of the senators agree that the results should be transmitted.
So we'll expect the yeas to have it then, today, not the nays, if we can rely on what you have told us this morning.
It can be a temporary senator.
Senator Kalu, thank you very much for your time this morning, and all the best to you and the team, hoping that we'll be optimistic and then the right things will be done today.
Thank you very much.
I wonder if he's a lawyer. Are you a lawyer, sir?
No.
Okay, just curious.
I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur. Okay. I don't get myself. I read political side, but I'm an entrepreneur.
Aha, I mean, there's something about it.
There you go. But he doesn't want to play politics. But read political science, he's in politics, is all right.
No, but I employ a lot of people. I don't have time for politics. Because my workers watch my mood. 15,000 Nigerians watch. If I drop them in manufacturing hubs, they will fail.
Well, you're still a politician. That's how it is. Thank you for your time this morning. Well, that wraps the program up today. As well, we thank you all for your company. I'm Chamberlain, so goodbye.
Thank you. I'm Maupe Ogun Yusuf. Here's wishing you a productive day.